Harbaugh now heads to the Los Angeles Chargers.
He wins everywhere. He wins, period.
Justin Herbert, he's a crown jewel.
Well, you guys better enjoy this.
Quick snap, Herbert to throw. Has a man, touchdown!
The fans loved it.
You have to love what you're seeing on tape if you're a Chargers fan, especially for the future with Justin.
Herbert on the move and throws and touchdown.
I was just trying to show off.
We're going to be known as world champions. And we're going to do it or die trying. Don't let the powder blues fool you.
Who's got it better than that?
Well, happy Victory Tuesday, folks. Welcome back to the Charger Chat. I'm your co-host, Wolldog, sitting with my buddy, Kev Duggan.
Sweet victory.
Oh, let's not forget Kyle, the coach, Duggan.
Kev, what were you going to do when we scored a touchdown? I still haven't seen. Give me that was a good first one, too. That was quite the exciting first score.
I wasn't prepared for interceptions, run back for touchdown, nipple twists.
Oh, man, folks, we are just still basking in that preseason means nothing win, but we'll take what we can here at the Charger
Sure feels
Chat.
better than losing.
It really does. It really does. Lots to go over from this previous game. Bits of news and stuff happening. And I just want to start off for those of you that are listening going like, oh, they're going to talk about the guys who got cut. No, we're not.
They haven't done anything today.
We've been sticking to a schedule since we started this mother loving podcast, and we are not straying. So we're recording.
Feels like we need to switch things up because we miss all the news by a day.
We really should. But
hey, there's a new staff. They have new schedules. We just need to give it time.
We just, let it bake. Let it cook.
So we're not going to have any information.
We have zero information.
Whatsoever.
So for those of you that are going to be like, oh, I can't wait to hear about what they think about the roster. Well,
we'll see your comment and we'll just slowly agree.
Trust me, we will get to it eventually and we'll talk about it, a week later. But hey, we still got plenty of other things to talk about here, folks. Let's talk about that game against the Cowboys and all the other things going around. Like right now around the NFL, several Charger players, members of teams traveling party were stranded in an elevator. We heard about that Saturday.
Insane.
What? Yeah,
I know. How does that even happen?
Like, what the hell?
Well, and it's not just like, oh, it's a couple of players you've never heard of. It's Justin frickin' Herbert. It's Dan frickin' Fouts. And it was pretty wild to see that the Dallas Fire Rescue had to be the ones to rescue them through the top of the elevator.
Yeah.
Not just like, oh, we pried the doors open. It's like, no, we're going to put down the ladder
airlift you,
and you got
bitches.
to walk up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it wasn't just
balance.
like, hey, give us a second to fix the elevator. No, this is broken. We got to get you guys out of there. Like, that's sketchy, dude. That's scary.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even think about how like hot it would have been in the elevator.
Yeah, because we're not talking like 5 minutes. 2 hours.
Well, and they were like, it was like 15 people in there. It was like a Japanese subway. They were like jammed everyone
Bunch
in.
of hot-blooded dudes just mouth breathing at each other, probably.
I'm sure Justin
just got back from a workout.
Justin's breath was great, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure it was minty fresh.
Yeah.
Oh, Kevin, what would you have given to be one of the 12 people in that elevator?
That would have been too weird, though. Like, you can't escape. Like, if I said something weird and then it would have just been awkward for 2 hours.
For 2 hours, yeah.
I'd have been standing right next to him.
Nowhere to go.
So I don't know if that's my ideal setup for meeting and hanging out with
and
Justin
you're like,
Herbert.
I got to pee. Nobody look.
Yeah.
What's the elevator like? Did the elevator music turn off, or were they just standing there like for
2 hours? Oh, what a wild thing to happen just before the preseason game. But everybody was rescued. Everybody was fine. In fact, Dan Fouts came upon some information. This is from Chris Rim. Dan Fouts said his wife, son, and QB Justin Herbert were among those stuck in the elevator last night in Dallas. Fouts also said that Herbert told him that his injured foot is fully recovered.
Oh, I love
nice nugget.
I love when Dan Fouts slips information that shouldn't have gotten out. Just like old man Dan. It's okay.
Old man Dan.
We love it. Keep it coming.
Keep talking, Dan. What else have you heard?
We thought
what can you tell me about the moon landing
and
New Mexico? Was that really a weather balloon, Dan?
Yeah.
No, that's awesome to hear that he's fully good to go. It almost scared me for a second because they showed him walking out for that preseason game fully dressed.
Yeah.
With the other quarterbacks. Like
it sounded like they were just getting him ready. You got to have one dress rehearsal of like warm-ups.
Visualize. Yeah. Feel what it's like to have all the stuff on. See yourself walking out the tunnel, that adrenaline pumping.
Yeah.
Visualize. What if you would have just... I could see Harbaugh, though, sneaking him in for a series.
Just for like the first snap. Just get one snap
yeah.
under your belt and then come out.
Yeah. Visualize walking in there, stomping on Raider nuts.
Yeah.
That's what he should have been visualizing.
That's probably what he would have been.
Because it's Raider week 1.5, boys. Let's go.
It's officially Raider week. That's sick. I can't wait.
It's on.
And then when Harbaugh was asked about the elevator situation, he said, that's a shared experience that brought them closer together.
Found a way.
I just missed it being on that elevator. See, Harbaugh was upset. He wasn't.
He wanted
there.
to be on there.
Oh,
Kevin didn't want to be on there.
wished.
Harbaugh wanted it.
Harbaugh, he could imagine things stuck
He
in
would just told stories the whole time.
Oh,
And
God.
he's like,
I would have
Harbaugh
had 2 hours. I would have had 2 hours to just coach these guys up. This would have been
Yeah.
a dream.
Who's got it better than us, guys? Everyone's sweating.
starts-
Coach, this isn't the time.
Takes a Sharpie and starts writing on the elevator plays and
Yeah.
wiping it off.
Got to maximize our time.
It was like, wish I could have been there with those guys. But Justin Herbert was. Justin Herbert, his hair was a little wet, but his shirt was completely dry. That was another thing that blew me away. The guy is just a beast.
That was his observation, is he didn't sweat.
It's not even wet.
Yeah. What does that mean though? Like lack of sweat means toughness?
He's so
If that's
calm, cool, and collected that he doesn't
Dude,
sweat.
if that's the case, consider me Miles Davis. That feels like the line. Like
yeah.
I sweat just I'm right now sitting doing this podcast. I'm sweating.
Same.
Like what I'm the weakest man in the world according to Jim Harbaugh.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I got nothing. I
You
got
can't
nothing
lead
to offer,
anybody.
Coach. No.
He said you get in those situations and it's a test of wills. I was proud of each of the guys and the 2 women that were on that elevator. That's a win. You feel good about yourself. You were challenged. It was a test of will. You pull it down or pull it in. It was a camaraderie amongst that group that is even stronger than it was before. Harbaugh
He's talking as if they had survived like what was that soccer team that landed in the Andes Mountains?
Oh yeah, they ate, alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is what this sounds like, is what their experience was.
Yeah, they had a pack of
2
wolves
hours.
to one side. They had man-eating birds to their right, and a stampede of antelope were coming right at him, but Justin didn't sweat. He
No.
kept his cool.
They were in a 5-star hotel in their elevator, but it sounds like it was a near-death experience.
They were this close to eating each other, but that didn't happen.
pulled
Harbaugh even used his family motto to describe the situation. Who's got it better than those guys that were on that elevator?
The guys that weren't on the elevator.
Pretty much everyone that wasn't on the elevator.
Yeah,
had it
everyone
better.
else in the hotel.
Everyone else on the team had it better.
Love this coach. So much more entertaining than the last one.
I know. What do you think Staley's response would have been to guys getting stuck on an elevator?
He would have been complaining
been
at the
like-
front desk going like, you don't understand.
Yeah, it would have been like, sometimes things happen, but we didn't let it get to us.
Yeah,
and
we were
figured
faced
out
with a
way
little
to win.
adversity, but that's these guys stood strong, and Justin looked a little wet.
Yeah, everybody in that elevator would have been wide open if Staley would have been cut.
And he would have been like, thank God I wasn't on there, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Really
Woo.
dodged a bullet there.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll be in my room if you need it.
I'm sure they're okay.
Let me know when you get them out.
Yeah, just shoot me a text. Oh, God. All right. Well, the game happened, and boy, we started off first quarter with a crazy-ass touchdown. That was
we went from not having any touchdowns to all of a sudden first play.
The coolest touchdowns.
The coolest way to score a touchdown. Darius was awesome.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
No, it was quite the game, and almost looked like might have ended up in a possible tie, but thank God we had that interception at the end to seal the deal.
Like everyone was like, Easton Stick, man, he's going to show up. He's going to prove why he needs to be the backup. He was 12 for 20. That's what he needed to do.
That's what
the
he
hope
needed to
was.
do.
That's
Yeah,
what
that
we
was
were
the hope.
hoping he would
Yeah.
do. Yeah.
12 for 29, 187 yards, a touchdown, and an interception.
Yeah.
Like he cannot
Yeah, the
throw
12
out
for
of the
29,
pocket.
man.
He can't throw out
That's
of the pocket.
wild.
The throws he was making was just shocking. I am curious to see what Ortiz is going to do and Harbaugh are going to do with him.
Yeah.
Because if he's on the roster, you're not in a good spot if Justin has to take a couple plays off.
Absolutely.
Like I don't know what else you guys saw, but I was bummed watching him play.
Yeah. No, it was surprising that Perez didn't even get a shot, which probably means that he's probably not making the team.
Right.
I wonder what they're trying to do with starting him that whole game. I wonder what's the philosophy on that.
I'm still sticking with my take that they're just like, this is your opportunity. If you want to make something, if you want something to happen, you got to go out there and do it. And didn't look very good, unfortunately.
Life gave him lemons, and he made
and he squirted it in his eye. Yeah.
Squirted it in his
What should I do with these?
Coach, look at me.
Hey,
Coach.
Who's got it better than us, Coach?
Other eye.
Yeah, no, that was a rough showing from Easton Stick. So
sorry, dude.
I'm still in the camp of Chargers picking up a quarterback here. Seeing I think that's also because as we're recording this, there are quite a few teams that have already reported these are all the guys that we've cut, and there are some quarterbacks out there, and so there's also possible quarterbacks that can still be dropped. So I still think they're going to pick one of those guys up because
me too.
Even though the offense looked the way it did, and even though we walked out with a win, that is all due to the defense. We had 6 turnovers, forced fumble, 2-3 interceptions.
He threw 5 interceptions.
Pick 6 was one of those.
I think it was 5 turnovers. What was it? Trey Lance threw 5 interceptions.
Yeah, 5 interceptions.
We had 5 interceptions.
Forced fumbles, recovers.
It was out of control.
It was great. This is awesome. Defense looks cool, amazing.
Defense to watch.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That's what held this together, and that's what kept them from getting all the way up to tying the game there at the end. So awesome to see. And yeah, geez, Tony Jefferson, man, what a game. What a game.
That was clearly an NFL starter playing with guys with
backups.
Yeah. So if he doesn't make this team, I don't know how to watch football, I guess.
No, yeah.
He's got to make this team.
Yeah.
If he was warming up to that, and that's the amuse bouche of what he could be this season, I'll take some French cuisine. You know what I mean? Escargot me, bruh. Call me Chef Boy or Keb. You know what I mean? Kisses.
Yeah, dude. Tony Jefferson, 14 tackles, a sack.
What was I going with that? That was
I was just going to sit back and let you.
I liked it. Keep going.
Amuse bouche.
14 tackles, a sack, tackle for a loss, forced fumble, 2 pass deflections, and 2 interceptions. Guy's just playing out of his mind.
Holy shit!
Just out of his mind.
That's like a season for some of these guys. You know what I mean?
Well,
one game.
As you pointed out, MIBPJ tweeted, "I didn't watch a single minute of preseason football, and I'm better off for it." But here's a random stat. Tony Jefferson ended the preseason as the 2nd highest graded defender with a minimum 80 snaps in PFF history. Not just for the season.
History.
Highest graded? Who could he have been behind? Who was the best? It was Tony Jefferson back in 2013.
Himself.
10 years ago.
Yeah.
He's like, damn, I almost beat myself.
But it's like fine wine. Back to the French analogy. Let's pop. Hey, that
coming,
wine,
Kev.
you pop that, you let it sit, you let it rest, and then you chug that shit 10 years later. Because that's how good he is. He's a fine wine. I don't know how you drink wine. Chug it.
Do you chug it?
Yeah, you don't. Well, you don't pop it and then wait 10 years. That's for sure. You keep that cork in there. That's what Tony Jefferson did to Cowboys.
Yeah, that's exactly what he did.
Yeah, great game to see. A lot of fun to watch. And
how about Simi Fehoko, though? That guy,
another guy
how do you
that's
not make
making
that
an argument. Yeah.
How do you not make the team? How does he not make the roster?
Dude, the wide receiver room is going to be such a questionable situation because we've got so many guys that were supposed to have opportunities in these preseason games that we really didn't get a chance to see. And yet you have Simi Fehoko, who has been pretty consistent for all preseason games, at least getting some kind of a big catch. And at least in this one, getting a touchdown in his prior team stadium, which was also kind of cool.
It was tough because Easton made Rice look like a bad receiver. I know he's not a bad
trying
receiver.
To throw it to Rice. I'm really curious how many.
He was forcing him balls that he should not have been forcing him the whole time. I love that the coach is giving him volume because they want to see what he can do. Of
course,
but you got to put it on him, or he was putting it just in a place where if you were a superhuman athlete, you would catch it.
Right,
and it's like you're not giving him a fair shot.
Exactly.
I don't know how you judge Brendan Rice after dealing with that quarterback play for the
That's what I
preseason.
mean. Like, obviously,
Yeah.
we don't see everything that happens in training camp or practice.
It's gonna be practice.
It's all going to be
gonna be
practice based. But Simi Fehoko was certainly making a fantastic argument to be like, hey, let's not forget Simi over here.
And he blocks his ass off, right? We were talking about that.
Oh,
Yeah. Special teams.
He's really trained hard this offseason and shown out in these preseason games. So I do hope that he makes the team. It's a question mark about this wide receiver room.
But
how many guys are going to carry?
Yeah, but when you cut guys, you hope that you get them back on the practice squad. Simi Fehoko has put out good tape, unlike Easton Stick. I don't think there's a way you get him back on your practice squad if he's not on the 53. He's going to get scooped up by somebody.
Great point.
And this is an interesting year too, where like we're anointing people number 1 wide receiver and number 2 wide receiver because you have to anoint people.
Right.
No one's really earned it on this roster yet. Palmer is the only one that really has put anything out to warrant us already anointing him. Who knows? Simi Fehoko could go absolutely off this year.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So I'm glad I don't have to make these decisions.
Yeah. Way above our pay grade. And then impending cuts down to the 53-man roster. This is from the Athlon. Is that it? From athlonsports.com. Jim Harbaugh has handed over the reins for roster cuts to general manager Joe Ortiz as the Los Angeles Chargers prepare for final decisions ahead of the NFL's deadline. Joe Ortiz is going to run it, Harbaugh said via the team's transcript. I want him to do it because he's watching everybody, not only on our team, but every other team. I'm going to play Robin to his Batman. We trust Joe. He's the best in the business. He gets it done. So,
well, if what he's done so far is any sign of what's going to happen in the next day,
turnover.
There's going to be new faces in here.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
I expect that. Yeah.
I don't know how you watch Easton Stick's performance at the end of last year and this preseason and be like, that is our guy. We got, and if he is, that is a relationship inside the building thing that isn't field related, in my opinion. It's like Justin wants him there if he's still on the roster.
Yeah. If Justin's like, if Easton walks and I walk,
you're like,
all right, well, Easton's staying.
That's kind of a dick move,
Welcome
Justin,
to the team,
but all right, cool.
Cool, I guess.
Yeah.
How many Ravens that get cut do you think we scoop up to our 53?
At least the backup quarterback.
Utah.
Over under 2?
Give me 2.
Yeah, at least 2, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
But then who do you cut? Like, I'm looking at this roster and all the guys that on the 53 are like, that's who I want. I think our practice squad might be a little more loaded with those guys. I think our practice squad is going to be interesting because those are going to be opportunity guys that want to come play with Harbaugh. You know what I mean? Because they get to decide what practice squad they go to.
Yep.
So I think we're going to have a stacked ass practice squad in a day or so.
Yeah.
What happens to the 53? Like, what are those guys do you swap out? Like, the 53 is you're barely going to be able to fill that thing up with guys that we love, you know? It's so stacked.
Yeah.
I know it's hard to think about even getting to 53, whereas if you want to bring on new guys, you're getting down to 50, 51. There's potential for like some guys that we were like penciled in, done deal to not be there. It's a crazy time of football right now.
It's very crazy.
It's going to be tough tomorrow. It really will be. Or today.
It is, and we won't talk a word about it. We'll tweet about it.
Let us know what you think down in the comments. Right?
No, don't. We're sorry ahead of time. My phone is the one that gets blown up every time you guys just say these things.
If you do put a comment down there, just put it in French.
Yeah,
That's all we're asking.
That's the move. Put it in French.
Well, while you're putting down a French comment, you should also go on over to our Patreon, patreon.com/ChargerChat, to check out all the fun, silly videos we got over there. And for those that don't know, we have filled up our fantasy football league. Congrats to all those that made it in.
Draft is this weekend.
The draft is happening. It's coming in hot and heavy. I'm very much looking forward to it. We've got 2 leagues, Kevin and Kyle in the Lightning League, and me and NFL Mike in the Thunder League.
Coming for your ass.
What league are you going to be in? You're going to find out.
And I do want to mention, we didn't talk about this beforehand.
Yes.
But we have a new t-shirt. So the Super Mighty Bolts has manifested itself. And it's something very, very interesting. So we're going to make a few to bring with us. But if you are interested in covering the cost of us printing one and shipping it to you, just DM us and we will see if we can incorporate that. Because if you know, and we're not going to show it, but send me a DM and I'll show you what it looks like, and then we'll figure out.
And then we'll go from there.
If you want to ensure you get one, but we're only going to print it once. This is a one-off. This is the done deal. But they turned out pretty funny.
They're ridiculous.
They are very ridiculous. But as always, when we talk about Patreon, we got to talk about our new members, and that is Edric Rodriguez. And this guy joined just to do fantasy football, and that's Charging Buck.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Welcome, guys. Thank you so much for supporting us at patreon.com/ChargerChat. And if you don't want to go over there, it's fine. You can go on over to our regular website, chargerchat.com. Check out all the cool stuff we got over there, like t-shirts, hoodies, and stickers. You can chat it up with other Charger Chatteteers and ask questions and Ask Boltfam. So go check out chargerchat.com. All right, folks. That's it. We just got one more segment here for you. It is Ask Bolt Fam.
Time to put your money where your mouth is.
Hi, guys. Go jam a thumb up his butthole. That's what you do. I wet myself in excitement. Oh, so hungry.
Your thoughts are like totally appreciated. Catch you later, dude.
Okay, love you, boy.
That's right, folks. Time for Ask Bolt Fam. And we start at the top with Tony James, who asked the question.
Is our team ready based on what you guys have seen?
We ready. We ready. We ready
for the Raiders. Yeah, of course we're ready.
Did you guys rehearse that?
No,
we've been spending so much time together. It just rubs off on me.
That was cute.
Thanks.
I think we're ready. But I feel like the offense is the hard part because we haven't seen so many of the big pieces on offense. Like we haven't seen either of our two starting running backs. Justin hasn't been in there at all.
Right.
Our offensive line
center hasn't been in there.
How exciting is that, though? We haven't seen him yet. We're going to see him in the week and a half.
Yeah, the debut.
Yeah, so I'm assuming they're ready because I trust Jim Harbaugh to get us ready. But the defense looks great. It seems like there's no confusion about who's responsible for what. There's no crazy, just giant, wide open, everybody behind the defense type of plays. We still haven't seen Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack on the defensive side of the ball. Derwin James. Yeah. So I think we're ready. I don't know if it's based on what we've seen, but based on what I believe in our coach.
Yeah.
I will say the one thing I know we're ready for is if a team gets in the red zone, not a great likelihood that they're just going to automatically score a touchdown on us anymore. Like that's the big thing I took away from this offseason is we're a more stout defense inside the red zone.
Yeah. Yeah, we haven't seen our starters on defense, but I have no doubt that they will execute in the same way that we've seen the backups. And if anything, this has shown that we've got some really solid depth that understands this defense and knows how to execute it should anything happen to any of the starters. So very, very good to see. And yes, I think we're ready. Tony, thank you, buddy, for asking the question. Let's move it on now to Ulysses Pineda Fong.
Ulysses.
Who asked the question. OMG, that game against the Cow Bitches got me so steamy and worked up. Nothing like a fat W in their house to end the preseason. 1 pick, suck my butt. 2 picks, suck my butt again. But 5 picks, OMG, can that much butt sucking be possible? These are limits that have never been reached before, and I'm loving it, baby. I got a quick buy or sell. The football gods smile upon us, and Jesse Minter leads a top 10 defense this season. I say purchase with my daddy's credit card. Oh, yeah. Also, I'd love to buy an SMB shirt when they're ready, Kevin. I feel like I'm part founder with my good old pal, Tony Francis. SMB has really brought so many of us together, and it's so beautiful. Never could I imagine so much harmony. Super Mighty Bolts and Smell My Farts, Raider fans.
Smell my farts.
Yeah, this is what Ulysses. This all
co-creator.
Like I hadn't heard "Suck My Butt" in 20 years, and he brought it back. It turned into Super Mighty Bolts, and now there's a T-shirt.
It's taken off,
and we're gonna get you set up.
Blasted off in a way nobody saw coming.
Yeah, no pun intended.
Literally. But the question: buy or sell on a top 10 defense this season?
Buy.
Bye.
I'm not a rich man, but I know what buying this defense is.
Daddy's credit card is.
Yeah, I'm absolutely
and
buying
I know
this
his PIN number.
Well, you watch this preseason, and we've had how many years with Staley? This is a different defense. It's just different. And I'm not X's and O's at the level that Kyle is, and he can walk us through that on our patreon.com/Charger Show. But it feels so different.
Yes.
And just the way they're playing, the way the defensive line is not getting pushed back like we talked last year. I think that's the step one in preseason was get that. And now everything can kind of gel when we get the starting, back dudes out there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all in, baby.
We are shamelessly positive as well. I feel like that's big.
We are, but
in our show, but we are shamelessly positive.
Listen, we've got the second highest graded defensive player in preseason history, and that only beat it himself.
You're right.
So
you're right.
I think
you're right. You're right.
Thank you. Yeah, I think we're all buying in over here, Ulysses. Thank you, buddy, for asking the question.
Thank you for the suck my butt.
And thank you. Yeah, thank you for suck my butt, man. Where would we be without that?
The sincerity.
I mean, for real. Like, that's been like a part of our lexicon for like
it's
months
brought us
now.
together, dude.
It's been the highlight of our off season for sure.
Let's move it on now to Chilapino, who asked the question.
Bolt Brothers, in light of recent events, I must ask, if the three of you are stuck in an elevator, who is keeping everyone calm? Who's figuring out how to escape? And who's actually freaking out? Get the victory brisket ready, boys. Super Mighty Bolts and BTFU.
Personality quiz is what this is.
How do we do this, boys? I know. I have an idea.
All right. Let's see if it matches. On a count of three what are we doing?
One at a time? Who's
Let's
do absolutely freaking out first.
Yeah, I think that's the big one.
I'll take
the
it.
The other two are similar.
I might go into like running shit mode, but I can't tell you unless I was there.
I could see you freaking out.
Yeah, you
not in like what are we gonna do, guys? Yeah. Just like constantly being like, I don't know what we're gonna do. What are we gonna do? I think are we stuck in here? Are we really stuck in here? Oh my god!
Like we're gonna fall? Is someone coming to save us?
Yeah.
Like not screaming, but just like that quiet panic. Like, oh my god, I gotta call someone.
That's fair.
And it depends on if what our status is. This is like post game, we lost. You've had drinks, definitely freaking out, punching
100%,
stuff, headbutting lights,
just constantly pressing the emergency button,
hitting all the buttons, hitting all the buttons.
All right, who's trying to figure out how to escape?
I think me and Kevin I think Adam is keeping everyone calm. I think you would go into full, like, I need to chill these guys out mode.
And you and I would like dad each other where we would argue about how to get out of it.
You and I would try to come up with a plan, but we'd have different plans and then fight about whose plan was right.
And then we'd start panicking.
We would make Adam vote on which plan we should do.
Sounds about exactly how that would go.
Yeah, it's exactly how it would go.
Oh, that's too real.
Yeah.
Adam, what do you think? He'd be like, I don't know. We just gotta stay calm.
Stop, you're upsetting the children.
Quit fighting.
Yeah. You're upsetting Justin. He's starting to sweat. It's okay. Shh.
Oh, baby.
It's all right.
By the way, we would all just be drenched in sweat at this point.
100%. I'm sweating right now just thinking about it.
Just thinking about it, me too.
It'd be Lord of the Flies when that thing opened. It'd be like, there'd be shit on the walls. It'd be it'd be crazy.
We'd have a poop corner. It would be bad in there.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
It'd be like, it was 5 minutes. I had to go.
5 minutes. Everything falls apart.
All right. Chilapino, great question, buddy. Thank you for asking it. Let's move it on now to the Lago, who asked the question.
Do we think Staley had a dartboard with Minter's face on it in Santa Clara? I mean, it seemed like Jesse is everything we were sold on Staley being. Better late than never, I suppose. It's Raiders week, so FTR, SMB, and K-Love you, bye.
How unfair is it?
I can't wait to see where this goes.
I know.
Brandon Staley gets kicked out of his house, and then this new amazing family moves in, and they're always comparing them to the guy that kicked out of their house. Like he's in a no-win situation.
100%.
So, but he made us all lose for 3 years. So
yeah, Staley's the guy that had like the HOA called on him all the time, didn't keep his yard.
That guy
tidy.
hitting the Nest camera, just like yelling at it. Yeah.
Yeah, loud music at night. And then you have Harbaugh move in that has like, it's just everything is calm, collect. He invites people over for barbecues. It's easier to like him. I think.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, and that's for better or for worse, and I'm sure we had everything to do to contribute to that, is if he was not just referred to as a defensive wunderkind, defensive guru.
Expectations were
were through the roof.
Yeah,
that's how they hired him. That's what they were promoting.
Yeah,
but you step back and look at Staley's career up to that point. He was completely unqualified to take on the position.
Yeah,
like he had never been a head coach at any level of football.
Right.
He'd been in the NFL for only 4 or 5 years. And he had only been a DC for 1 year. Before that, he was an assistant coach. And we go, this guy's going to be the next great head coach. It's like, it was unfair to him for us to have those expectations. The hire was just bad.
Yeah.
But it's nice having not him now.
Yeah. It's nice to do the total 180 and see what it's like.
Absolutely.
We're going to be there, dude.
I can't
The game is coming in so hot and heavy.
Yeah. By the way, I don't remember who it was. I think it was my wife or my sister-in-law saw a picture of Jim Harbaugh with his cleats on at the game. And he's like, does he wear cleats to every game with like his khakis on? And I was like, sure does. You better believe it. He's ready.
Yeah. Got a problem with that?
They're like, oh, that's so cute. It is cute.
No, it's awesome. It's manly.
hard.
It's super fucking hard.
All right. The Lago. Thank you, buddy, for asking the question. Let's move it on now to Andrew Ramsey. Who asked the question.
Behold, the regular season is now upon us. That being said, are we winning the Super Bowl after almost losing our starting quarterback to a foot injury and elevator? Every setback is a setup for something greater. 2, did you see the video of Ladd laying out that defender of the Rams? My man can do it all. He makes me so proud. I will be drafting him the very first pick of the CC fantasy draft because of my love for him. And 3, Kyle. I need to lay down a bet with you. Is you man enough this season, or does Kevin have a bigger football? I'm calling you out, son. Kyle is too scared to make bets with me. K, love you, bye.
I think we did some like prop bets. I think we did some.
This
prop
feels
bets.
this feels like deja vu. Like what? Didn't we just do this fighting thing? And it ended in a rap battle, and then we were done. I thought.
Yeah, I thought we buried that axe.
I think Andrew. I don't think Andrew's done.
Also, the only thing I remember,
never done.
The only thing I remember Andrew doing was telling me to wear a dog cone around my head because I wasn't going to Carolina, and I was like, no, I just said no. And then now I'm too scared to make bets, and Kevin has a bigger football than me. I don't
know.
Andrew.
Well, I have multiple footballs. It's not just one football, Andrew. So I just want to put that out there.
I don't think you're getting what he was going for, Kev.
Tomato. Agree to disagree.
Wee.
Yeah. PP.
Okay.
Turned into a pee poo poo podcast.
In other news,
it's exactly what we're all about.
Yes, we are winning the Super Bowl sooner or later.
Again, we talked about it. Kev said this on the last episode. This is just part of the documentary that they're going to film on us winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, this is
this elevator.
Act 1.
Yeah, trap is going to be a part of the intro to the season. Yeah.
We reenact it with actors. Like they get Hollywood actors to get in there and be them, to start it.
But we treat it like a conspiracy, like somebody like did something to the elevator.
Yeah.
Like
Jerry Jones.
Yeah, it's Jerry Jones. He's like,
I'll stop them food chargers. Oh, Justin Dratz.
I would have gotten away with it if it weren't for you meddling kids.
Yeah. It's gonna be fine. And then dude, the video of Ladd.
Oh,
have you seen this, Kyle?
Yeah, he just took that safety and put him right into the ground.
Just
Tony
laid him out.
Jefferson retweeted it, and he put like, "Is this what you were trying to do to me in practice?" Like at Ladd McConkey.
Let's go.
Sick, yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that.
He's kind of got that try hard in him where he's going after people in practice.
I love it.
Sick.
Not afraid to block. Not afraid to pancake.
Andrew, your pick one. I swear to God, if you don't take Ladd McConkey, I win every bet from then on out. You have to wear a cone to every Charger game the rest of your life. If you get 1-1, you're taking Ladd McConkey.
Yeah. First pick.
Yeah, over
You
Justin.
already said he's your first pick.
Yeah.
God, I hope he gets the first
Now
pick.
I do too.
Oh, so bad.
Oh, it's
Ladd
on.
McConkey 1-1.
All right. There you go, Mr. Ramsey. Thank you for asking the question.
Good question, bro.
Let's move it on now to Friar Bolt, who asked the question.
What's going on, fellas? This defense this year is going to be sweet. 6 turnovers for the defense against the Cowgirls. Time to bring that same energy in 2 weeks. Since the 53 won't be set by the time you guys record this, my question is, who are your difficult cuts?
Friar Bolt knows what's up. He knows how this is going to go. He's prepared for disappointment, and he's set up for it. He knows the answer to
He's
this.
trying to help us out. He's like, look, I know you're not going to hit a home run, but here's an underhand throw so you can get on base.
Bunts are great, you know? It's a part of the game.
I love it. Well, difficult cuts. I think this is a great question.
Oh, good question. It's that wide receiver room for me. Because those are
But do you think somebody's going to get cut?
Yeah.
Like who?
Well, cut meaning they're gonna try and get them on the practice squad. When we say cut, I think anyone not on the 53 is being cut.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because then they're
Yeah,
gonna re-sign them to the practice
That's
squad.
fine.
So there's gonna be a lot of guys that are like, holy shit, no way. That's just crazy. I think Brendan Rice and Simi Fehoko are the ones that I'm looking at. That's what I'm looking at. I don't know who they're gonna go with.
As being a cut?
Yeah.
Really?
100%. One of those guys is gonna
Unless they carry more wide receivers than we're thinking that they're going to. But I talked about it last week. I don't think they're going to carry 6 or 7 receivers because they're going to run the ball. Like, as much as we love the idea of throwing the ball, they're going to have 2 tight ends on the field a lot. So you don't need all those guys sitting on the sideline doing nothing.
And look at all those jumbo packages they were running with 9 offensive linemen.
Scott Matlock as the fullback.
I know, that's cool.
Like, I think you're going to get more big boys than you are going to get, skilled players. And I think the wide receivers, one of those guys, I don't know what they're going to do.
It's going to be tough. I think the tight end room is tough too. You have a lot of guys that have different talents, but they're all similar. Like, you obviously have your top 2 with Hayden Hurst and Will Dissly. Those guys are making it for sure. But after that, it's like, is Stone Smart the guy? Is Donald is Parham even going to make the team?
That'll be a different one.
There's a lot in that room right now that I don't know. I don't know if it's a hard cut. I think anyone that gets cut, it's like, okay, I get it. But I feel like there's a lot of guys in there that are similar. They have like unique strengths, but all kind of different. So it'll be interesting to see what they do there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what vulture is going to be circling our facility tomorrow?
Tom
Telesco. Yeah. Watch how many of our guys he signs that can't fit on our 53.
Yeah.
Just watch it.
Let me ask you this, because we've not necessarily seen training camp. All we have to go off of is the preseason, right? Would you be surprised if DJ Chark is one that gets cut and Simi Fehoko makes it?
I would be surprised by that.
Yeah, that would be surprising.
They invested more money in him than they did Simi.
Yeah, that would be shocking based on everything that we've heard from camp. And I think the like Charger sphere, like all of our world has talked about DJ Chark as a dude. Like, he's that take the top off on play action, get behind guys, dude. So yeah, that would be shocking. I mean, Fajoko's
I had a sneaky question, but I guess it was easy to answer.
No, I think it's. I would be. No, your question was, would you be shocked? I would be shocked if Fehoko made it over DJ Chark for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they just invested so much more money into him. I think, at least, pretty sure. I can't remember what his contract was, but I know it's more than Simi Fajoko's.
It's more than Easton Sticks.
That won't be a surprising cut if it happens.
Do you think? I don't know.
Come on, spit it up. What
do
you
you
got?
Do you think that they will hold on to Easton Stick knowing that they're going to pick up another quarterback, or do you think they'll cut Easton Stick, leave Justin on there by himself, and then pick up another quarterback?
I think there could be some delay in it. I don't know if it's going to happen right away. I think they're going to wait to see how many. That's the position where you wait to see how many guys get cut.
Right.
That's not like getting down to 53. That's like you're on the 53 and we're waiting to figure out who's available for that. So it could be a couple days later.
Yeah.
I don't think that would happen right away if it does.
All right. We'll see. There's a lot of difficult choices to be made out there, Friar Bolt, and you'll know before we will. Obviously, but thank you for asking the question. Let's move it on now to Scotty B63, who asked the question.
Good day, fellas. Now that preseason is done and dusted, will Stick still be QB2? How can we evaluate our wide receivers fairly for the final cut after such poor QB play during the preseason? FTR, K, love you, bye.
Couldn't ask that question better myself.
It's a good thing we're not the ones making the decisions.
Yeah.
Because, if that was the situation, it would be even tougher to try to figure out who could possibly make this team.
Yeah. If they didn't have practice to use in addition, which we haven't seen, if you only had the snaps that were preseason football, I don't know how you could accurately. But that's the difference, though, is they're not looking at stat lines. Like, they're not just looking at how many catches, how many receptions. They can go back and watch the film and see if you're getting to the spot that you've been coached to get to. If it's a choice route and you're making the right choice, if you're getting separation, even if Easton doesn't get you the ball, like they can look at all of those things. Whereas we don't see that necessarily watching it on a Sunday or on a Saturday, all preseason. We don't get to see that because most of the time you're following the ball, you're watching the quarterback and where the ball goes. You don't get to see the whole field and who's getting open. So there is more to assess there than what's shown on on what's televised. But I think practice is going to be such a big part of it because they actually get to play with Justin and kind of see what that looks like.
Totally.
Do we think that Stick will be QB2?
I don't
see how. I don't see how you could do that with how he performed.
Yeah.
I just don't know how.
Yeah. Considering that there's going to be more QBs out there that are going to be floating around.
And they were ruthless with Max. They used a pick on Max.
Yeah.
So they're ruthless. They'll find somebody that can come in and be more effective. I'm sure.
Competitors are welcome.
Yeah, exactly.
I know that. Scotty B63, thank you, buddy, for asking the question. Let's move it on now to Tony Francis, who asked the question.
What's up, cadets? What a crazy week we just had. Chargers scored their first TD, Dick of the Kicker continues to shine, and Easton Stick still sucking a lot of butt. 12 for 29 for 187 yards? What in the actual maggot? My dog could throw the football more accurately. My first question is directed at you, coach. Why the hell did Jim Harbaugh play Stick the entire game? Where was Luis Perez? My next question is directed at you, Kev. If you had Easton Stick on this podcast for a Bolt Insight, what would you ask him and why? My final question is directed at you, Wolldog. What's a crazy and weird story you can think of regarding all three of you at a Chargers tailgate? It's time to make a new story at opening week at Thunder Alley. Let's fucking go. As always, the Raiders, burn the kingdom, kick the donkeys, and suck my butt.
Can't believe this is such a thing. It's a thing. I love it. I love it so much.
It's not just a thing.
It's the thing.
It's our thing.
Our thing.
It's our thing.
Yeah, all right.
What's more shocking is our thing.
Yeah, who would have thought?
Sucking butts.
Travel back in time to tell us, hey, one day, suck my butt's going to be a big thing on your show. All right. First question is you, coach. Why did Jim Harbaugh let Stick play the entire game?
I think that Luis Perez, they already had established and decided he's not the guy.
Yeah.
Whether that be, I didn't think he looked all that bad in his preseason snaps that he got. But they must have already decided that's not the guy. We don't need to see anymore. We need to see like one final, this is your last chance, Easton, to because we know that Justin loves you. We know you have familiarity here.
That could be the reason too.
Come on, please.
They're like, listen,
do something.
If it were up to me, you'd be sitting on the bench right now, but I'm doing this for Justin.
Yeah.
He likes you, so don't disappoint. And unfortunately, he just still was not able to do anything. So I think they gave him a fair shot. If he's cut this week, I don't think you can argue why they did it. I don't think anyone's upset. I think we saw enough to be like, yeah, he's not the guy. He can't get it done.
All right. Kev, if Easton was on Bolt Insight, what would you ask him?
What's Justin like?
Yeah.
What is Justin?
All questions about Justin.
I'm just literally going to be asking. Basically, it's like an interview. If I had Justin on, I'm just asking all the details I could possibly get about Justin Herbert. Throwing a little like, hey, did you hear? Hold on, I forgot. Did you hear in the interview? One of the reporters asked a question and like laughed, asked him how he thought his preseason went,
and they asked it like that.
Holy shit! I wouldn't do that.
I hope not.
I wouldn't do that. I would still be respectful, but I'd probably ask more. Working with Justin questions.
Yeah, that's
or the glory days in South Dakota,
North Dakota.
Yeah. See, I would have blown it with that. That would have. Yeah.
This interview's over.
It's over. Yeah, hangs up on me.
All right, and then
the fun question.
Yeah, crazy and weird story. I'm trying to think of we haven't had too many crazy weird things happen to us yet. At least as the three of us. Because we've only been 3 times now.
3 home openers.
3 home openers.
Yeah.
And we always see the same. I mean, God, we get drinks just thrown at us from all angles. So, I mean, it is kind of shocking that weirder things haven't happened just because of the inclusion of alcohol. But I mean, I would say probably the craziest, weirdest thing, which is not really that crazy and weird, but that was it was the last season, right? That we went and the Brisket Broads awarded us with our signed cereal boxes.
Yeah.
Who would have thought that I would have one from Jaleel White and you would have one from
Tom Telesco.
And Kyle still has the one with 40
everybody.
Yeah, everybody signed box of mini wheats.
Kev, what do you do with the Tom Telesco box? Can we burn it on Sunday?
Sure, I'll bring it.
Could we eat it?
It's sure. Yeah, it'll do it like LeBron. It will just throw it up in the air before the game,
crunch it all up into
a fine powder and throw it up in the air.
Woo! Yeah. All right. There you go, Tony. Yeah, let's make some new stories.
Let's do it
this opening, man. Let's get crazy and weird.
Cannot wait.
Crazy.
Thank you, Tony, for asking the question. Let's move it on now to Marco DeLeo, who asked the question.
What's up? It's been a while, and I can't believe I missed out on the fantasy team. Okay, enough complaints. Do you guys think we go after a backup QB, or are we content with what we have? How do you feel? God forbid we need anybody other than Herbert. Okay, love you, bye.
I think we're unanimous in our thought on this.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's not. Justin's going to be fine.
Here's a question. What if they do keep Easton Stick and they don't pick up another QB?
Well, then that's just the way it is.
That's just the way it is.
And then it won't
Some
be.
things will never change.
And it won't be spoken about again because Easton won't be playing again the rest of the season.
Yeah.
So we won't have to talk about it.
Right.
Yeah,
He's just there.
Because I feel like before Easton played a lot last year and then into this preseason, there was always this unknown excitement about what he could do. It's
absolutely,
well, maybe if he gets in, he could go off, But I feel like now we don't have that. Now, if Easton's number was called, we'd be like, oh God,
run the ball.
Oh God.
Whereas if we go get somebody, but and that's the other thing too is he has enough tape now that opposing teams aren't going to be like, well, hang on, whoa, maybe he's got something there. They're going to be like, no, they're going to be like, all right, we're just going to blitz everyone and destroy this guy because we could just play man and he can't make accurate throws. Mm-hmm. So part of me is I would rather have an unproven, unknown backup than have a guy that's we know what's coming, kind of.
I got a perfect scenario.
Yeah.
Do you think Easton could clear waivers and make the practice squad? Maybe that's the really behind, the crazy thing that Harbaugh just did. He gave out so much bad tape that he could easily land on the practice squad, still be Justin's best friend and help him prepare. And then we bring in somebody that can actually play football. Or I don't mean it like that, but like somebody that could. I did not mean it like that. That sounded so harsh.
Yeah.
Somebody that can do a better job,
more equipped to be
more equipped. Yeah, I think that's the ideal situation. He clears waivers and he's on the practice squad. Sorry, that was so mean.
That was awesome.
That was rough.
I
did not mean that at all.
You took your Trey.
No, I love
Pipkins
Trey.
energy and
Trey's
just
great.
transferred it
Trey's
right to
great.
Easton.
I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry.
I was just thinking, like, what if it was like a total conspiracy where like he purposefully played bad, just so nobody had any tape, and then all of a sudden it turns
It's going
out
to cost him a lot of money, though.
As soon as you say conspiracy, I don't know why this works, but Easton Stick rigging the elevator for some reason. I don't know why that makes sense. I just find that funny idea.
Think your foot's healed, huh?
I will be playing this season.
You can't take this from me, Duncan.
It's fine. All right. Marco, buddy, thank you for asking the question. Let's move on now to OM Run, who asked the question. After that game, do we feel bad for Easton? After the 10th sack, I had second-hand embarrassment, like who let junior varsity play?
No, that's a little mean.
That's a bit below the belt. Now, see, I just said somebody who can play football.
Below the belt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do feel bad for him because obviously it's on record that Justin likes him. And there were times that we did see some flashes from him, like earlier on in his career, where it was just like, oh, maybe this is, somebody that if Justin does go down, like, hey, man, he can move. He can run. Maybe there's
is that it?
But as
move,
time has gone on,
what about his arm?
It's harder to say that because I mean he's been in the league too long. That is the ultimate reason. Like if this was a rookie backup QB, you'd be like, I just need some more time.
I can build on this.
Yeah, it can build. He can get better.
Yeah.
He's got Harbaugh now. Harbaugh will make him better, right? And it's just not been the case. So I do feel bad for him because I wish that he could be better.
I did. All. Hey, and shamelessly positive, he had a great throw to the Simi Fehoko for that big touchdown.
That was a fantastic throw.
Got to give him that. Wish he could do that more frequently, and then we wouldn't be talking about this.
Exactly. We wouldn't be in this situation.
Yeah.
Easton.
Yeah. Easton.
There you go. OM Run, thank you for asking the question. Let's move on now to BTFU Chargers guy, baby, who asked the question.
Oh, baby! I got a good question for my Charger homies, baby! Who do you guys think will be the RB4? As always, bolt the up and F the Raiders and Chiefs, baby! Suck my butt, Raiders fans! Can't love you, bye, baby!
All right, RB4. We already know J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards, and Kamani Vidal.
I think
baby!
Kamani's third, just with how he performed in a short stint.
That's why, that's not even a question. It's RB4 now because you've got Spiller. You got Dotson here.
Dotson.
And then you've got Patterson.
Jarrett Patterson.
Yeah.
What do you think, Kyle?
I don't know. I don't really know if there's if this guy's not on the team, I'm going to be pissed.
Will they even carry an RB4?
Yeah.
You think so? Okay.
I think Jarrett Patterson's the guy. I think he's done enough. He's done the most in the preseason. Isaiah Spiller has been incredibly lackluster. Just nothing really there to speak of anything. And Elijah Dotson, he doesn't. Like Elijah Dotson, Jarrett Patterson, I think is the discussion of who's RB4. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I don't have super strong feelings one way or the other. I just think that Jarrett Patterson's done a little bit more this preseason, but it's between those two. I think Isaiah Spiller's getting cut. I don't think he's making the team.
Yeah,
I agree. I think Patterson's the move, just with how much playing time he got. He was ahead of Dotson in every situation. He was him and Kamani were rotating, and then Dotson would come in to clean up the game. So if you just look at that, I think that kind of tells you where the pecking order is.
Yeah, and I think Dotson will be available for the practice squad. I don't think he'll get claimed anywhere. So
he'd be a great practice squad guy.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. BTFU Chargers guy, baby. Thank you for asking the question. Let's move on now to Ivan, who asked the question.
2-banger. 1. When are we motherfucking getting motherfucking uniform, motherfucking schedule, motherfucking release date? Goddamn! Can I get a motherfucking Navy uni? And 2,
Favorite Sam Jack movie?
It's a good question.
It's a great question. If you look at previous years for uniform schedule release, it's usually right around this time. So it should be any day now. And yeah, there will definitely be a Navy uni somewhere in there. God willing.
There's going to be, based on how those graphics are around on the stadium, I think there's going to be some Navy this year.
Do you think they might run the Navy more than once?
I think so.
No.
Oh.
Please
no.
I don't. We don't need the navies. I want the royal blues and I want
royal blues.
The pen is
blue. Royal blue in Sam Jackson movie. I'll go Pulp Fiction.
Classic.
He's so amazing at the end of that movie. It's hard to beat. Thoughts, Kyle? Star Wars Phantom Menace, anyone?
Anyone? You don't have a favorite Sam Jack movie?
I don't have like one that's like on the tip of my tongue. Like this was the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Django Unchained.
Django Unchained was good.
That was
a weird throw. Yeah, I like that.
I'm just trying to think of the timeline.
I'm surprised that you didn't say Jurassic Park.
Oh, he's great in Jurassic Park, but come on. Pulp Fiction. What's with this hacker crap?
Please hold on to your butts.
Yeah, he's
That's
great.
A classic.
Yeah, Kyle, you can have that one if you want it, Kyle.
Snakes on a plane.
There you go.
Perfect.
Great answer.
There you go.
Also, we'll take that.
Judges. Ding. All right.
Yeah.
There you go, Ivan. Thank you, buddy.
What about you?
I said Jurassic Park.
All right, fine. Take it easy.
Easy. Ivan, thank you for asking the question. Let's move it on now to House of Hain, who asked the question.
I'll say, it's good to be back on the pod. It's been a few moons, but I haven't missed any. Let's get this shindig going. I'll make this short and sweet. How are we going to lay the Raiders out smooth like some of Mama butter on some cornbread? I can't wait to smoke. I can't wait to smoke them FTR.
How are we doing this?
We're gonna beat them up.
How is this going down?
What's the key to that? Like, I don't know what their run game's gonna be. I don't know what their passing game's gonna be. All I know is they have a good defensive line.
Mm-hmm.
So if our
Max Crosby,
our offensive line,
wow,
like 15. Sorry, my voice broke. If our offensive line can stop the defensive line, I think that's how we smash those fools and make it hard for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like. Who are the Raiders? Like, what? I don't even know what they are. They have Gardner Minshew at quarterback. Like, who are you?
Yeah.
Who do you work for? I don't know. It's like it feels scary because I don't know who they are or what they are.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's like you have Devontae Adams on offense, pretty much the guy, and you have Max Crosby on defense, and that's pretty much the extent of like your studs, like scared to play guys.
Right.
So I don't know. I really don't know what to expect out of the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right, Kev. If the line can hold Max Crosby, which by all accounts they should, when you got Joe Alt and Sean Slater, it's just like, all right, perfect. What more
Will
do you ask for?
Yeah.
I just love how Max Crosby always moves away from Rashawn.
Yeah.
So like I hope to God that he moves over to Alt and Alt just eats him all day long.
Hello.
Eats him for lunch.
Ding dong.
Yeah.
And then if this defense can continue to play like they have in the preseason, again, stepping up now with Mac. Dude, if Mac can get another freaking like multi-sack game.
Joey comes out and plays. Like just the guys we haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
Thule.
Yeah.
We haven't seen much of Bud Dupree either.
Yeah.
They didn't play in the last game. Like that rotation, good luck.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to that. So there you go. House of Hain, thank you, buddy, for asking the question. Let's move it on now to Brandon, who asked the question. Knock, knock. Who's there? The Chargers' Big D. Fence. Hey. It's hard to contain the excitement. The season is upon us. My buddies and I have our own little rituals for the beginning of the season. Feeling Kinda Sunday song is blaring first thing. I personally have a game day playlist going, and as as I get the jersey out, pumping myself up like I'm about to play in the game. Hey, it's a religious event to say the least. What are some of the rituals or things to pump yourself up for each of you do for the start of the season? FTR, burn the kingdom, break the donkeys, super mighty bolts, big beautiful boobies, and go Chargers go. Can't love you, bye. Hey.
Oh, Brandon.
Brandon.
Oh, Brandon.
All right.
Pre-game rituals.
It's
I
hard.
don't have
'cause
any. I know Kevin does.
Well, I think
I have home game rituals. I don't know if I have away game rituals, because away games I'm with you guys. So I usually try and get up early and like put on some like, Thunderstruck or something to get like, it's like waking up like Christmas morning. Like, you guys ready? Like, I can't think of any other. Oh yeah.
By
I know.
by away games, you mean when you're not at your house?
Yeah, when I'm with you at SoFi or whatever.
Yeah.
But the one tradition we do have is that you shotgun a beer and we turn it into a GIF and we share it with the world.
I think it's funny because I think it was the first game that we went to. We only had one beer, and you guys wanted me to shotgun it because you guys obviously wouldn't share it.
Yeah.
So you'd be like, no,
you
just
take
give it to
it.
Waldo. You take it.
Yeah.
And then this last one, I remember we all shotgunned a beer before going. So
That was so fun.
that will continue for sure. As long as there's a beer to be had, it will be shotgunned.
Yeah.
Other pre-rituals. Yeah, I can't think of too many. I mean, it's just, getting the playlist going, man. Like now, it's funny. Now the playlist has been building because, I mean, we've got what? You got Thunderstruck. You got the classic. You've got the My Name is Thunder.
The Beetroots.
Yeah, by the Beetroots. We've got the new song that just came out.
Yeah.
Charged Up by YL.
And we're in that song. No big deal.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of the reason why.
No big deal.
It's one of my favorites. And then you got Thunder and Lightning by Vo Williams. Like, it is building, and I'm loving it. And then, like, what's the POD song?
Oh, it's San Diego Superchargers.
Yeah.
So you got that too.
So I mean, like, it's never ending. It's just going.
Toss the
and
LT
going.
shuffle in there too.
Come on,
good
funsies.
Yeah,
it's a fun one.
The Superchargers.
There's so many songs now to get me pumped.
You have at least half hour, 45 minutes of Charger
of just getting riled up.
Yeah.
And ready to go play.
Maybe that's where we're falling short, boys. Maybe we don't have enough pregame rituals. We're not helping out the squad.
Well, if
Maybe
you
there's
have a
something we need.
recommendation for pregame rituals, put it down in the comments. Let us know what we can do better. How can we be better?
Smack each other in the face like it's like beginning of the program. We spit on each
You
other.
got to do the
yeah.
What's the German dance where they're just like?
Yeah, I can get behind that.
Yeah, we need to build that.
Are you wearing your
Are you wearing your kilt?
Round one.
Thank
Kevin,
you, Kyle, for
wear
calling
your-
it a kilt and not a skirt.
Your man skirt.
You wearing your skirt?
You wearing your,
You wearing
man
your
skirt.
frilly things? You pussy.
Maybe don't wear
Kevin,
that.
you wearing-
Oh, you don't think I should?
Are you wearing shirtless overalls?
I don't think so.
Yeah, come on.
I got my
Come
jerseys
on.
cleaned. I got all my patches on it. I want to wear it.
I know he wants to look
Oh.
nice.
I got them dry clean. I don't get anything dry
Just
clean.
for pictures. Just for pictures. We'll put it back on for the game. Just for the tailgate.
So what do I have to buy now? What are you talking me into buying
Overalls. Just denim overalls. No shirt.
You got to get the shirtless overalls.
now? Yep.
Yeah. Come
Let
on.
the push-ups commence.
No, that's the thing is you can't look better.
No.
You need to look normal. I want full normal.
Says
Kev.
you.
And when are you getting your nipples pierced so we can really make this happen?
Really commit to
my
the
God.
bit.
Yeah.
Kevin, if you got your nipples pierced. I would die. I would die of laughter.
I'm so all in on the season.
That's his pregame ritual.
Saw it.
He gets his nipples freshly pierced before the game.
He puts his lightning bolt ring in.
You just see me flicking in my seat.
Oh my God. And me and
never
Adam
thought
sit
about it.
beside you and we get to flick on
We
third
just
down.
grab
We get to
one.
flick.
Yeah, each one of you guys get to flick. Let's go, boys. All right.
All right.
I'll ask my wife. I'm sure she'll be fine.
Yeah, no, she's totally cool with it.
cool with it.
I already
She's
asked
cool
her.
with it, yeah.
Don't ask her.
Yeah.
I already did.
Yeah, I already talked to her. And
Brand-
she's doing the piercings, by the way.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
That'd be nice.
there you go. How can you say no?
Pleasure and pain.
Brandon, thank you, buddy, for asking the question. And we go out of Ask Boltfam with Athir
Kadir,
who asked the question.
Judge and champ, my boys. Love you all, baby. Now to my question. I got two of them, baby. First, 53-man roster. What's the most likely move Coach Harbaugh and GM Ortiz makes? 7 wide receivers or 7 DB, baby? Second question. Week 1 is approaching. Over-under on Herbert, 37 passing attempts and 310 passing yards. I'm going with the over on both, baby. Coach Harbaugh wants to prove a point. We start with my lovely coach Kyle, followed by my best and awesome friend Kevin. Last, my dear love, my baby, always my life, Wolldog. Bold prediction, first time I will see Wolldog, I'm gonna cry tears of joy, baby. Best moment of my life, let's go, baby.
Wait, we get to see Athir Kadir.
I know.
In like
and
9
he's gonna
days.
cry.
Awesome.
Going to week 1.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Guys, I'm not going to lie. I'm excited, but I'm kind of scared too.
I
don't know if I can handle
awesome.
a Athir in real life.
Yeah.
Just
I
the
can't
problem
wait.
is the problem is if he doesn't sound like Adam's voice.
We've had him on the
be thrown off.
Well, Kevin's interviewed him twice, so yeah.
I know, and he doesn't sound like that.
He does not.
I need if you're listening, I need you to try to do Adam's voice of you while we meet.
Baby!
Just yell baby
Just
to
listen to
Kyle.
a lot of Dick Vitale, baby, and
Yeah,
you'll get it. You'll nail it. All right. 53-man roster. What's more likely, 7 DBs or 7 wide receivers?
I think 7 DBs.
Correct.
I think yeah. I just think that DBs are more they're more valuable on special teams than wide receivers are. They're a little more dynamic, aggressive, able to make those tackles. So I just think that there's a much more likely for us to carry 7 DBs. And especially with the offense that I think everyone's losing track of the fact that Greg Roman is our offensive coordinator. And they think that we're going to be throwing the ball all around the field 40, 50 times a game. It's just that's not his MO. Maybe we do get there, but that's not his MO. That's not what he's known for. So I think it's more likely 7 DBs than 7 wide receivers.
Totally. All right. And then over under on 37 passing attempts and 310 passing yards.
Hybrid? If you want me to say both of them together, I'll say under. I will say that he will have over 310, but in less than 37 passes. That's what I would say.
I think so too. I think in this game against the Raiders, if we're throwing 37 times, that's a bad sign. And I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're going to be able to get a lead on the Raiders and be able to run the rock down their throat in the second half and not have to pass 40 times.
Right.
So I'm hoping that passing attempt's closer to 20 to 25.
Right.
Because then that means we're just beating the ever living snot out
Just
of them,
running
and
it down their throats,
controlling the clock and scoring at will.
Yeah,
there's a
not having
bomb
to throw the rock
and a bomb in there somewhere to QJ, most likely. In my opinion.
Absolutely. There, I mean, it's more about efficiency, less attempts, more yardage, and you get that when you have a successful running game. And so if that's what ends up happening, which by all accounts really
coming.
should,
it's coming, Raiders.
It's happening.
It's coming, baby.
All right, Athir, thank you, buddy, for asking the question, and thank you everybody for asking questions. And Ask Boltfam, we greatly appreciate it. You guys are the best, and please just don't rub our nuts in the fact that this is happening before the 53-man roster comes out. Okay, we know, we get it. We're sorry. We'll be better.
Sorry.
All right, just leave us alone. Stop it.
I'll put a share every time I get a notification on this YouTube with both of you guys. I'm just going to screen grab it and send it to you guys.
We already said we're sorry.
But do it in French, please.
Yes, God, if you're going to do it, please. Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Being mean in French is a lot cooler than mean in English.
Je m'appelle Adam. All right. I think it's going to do it for us here at Charger Chat. Any final thoughts, gentlemen?
No. FTR, family, trust, respect.
Super
Raider
Mighty
week,
Bolts.
baby. Let's go. Super Mighty Bolts.
All right. That's going to do it for us here at Charger Chat, folks. Don't forget to bolt up because we're ready for any squad, any place.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Get love you. Bye.
And now, a word from our sponsors. Do you find yourself sweating in tight situations? Need to be a leader, but your pits are flowing? Then you need Justin Herbert's Sweat Be Gone. One spray before the day, and all your sweat will go away. Justin Herbert's Sweat Be Gone. Who's got it better than you?